to control. Moving into position. Over. Acknowledged, Idol. Commence operation Idaho final stage. Control to Daring. Subject 1 is a white male in a business suit and sunglasses. Subject 2 is also a white male in a blue shirt. Subject 1 has an armed escort. Suggest you proceed with caution.
Darren.
John? Hi there. Agent X here of British Intelligence.
Hi there, what a surprise.
Listen, we have a bit of a problem over here in London. We desperately need your help.
But...
I spoke to your chief, and he's agreed to lend you to us for a couple of weeks. Congratulations for the success on Operation Idaho, by the way.
Thanks, but...
So, I've booked you on the 7:30 flight to Heathrow. You'll get your brief when you arrive. Bye!
Hello? Hello?
Damn.
Hello, this is Captain Ellis speaking on flight L178 to London Heathrow. Flight time is estimated at 6 hours and 4 minutes, and weather is going so helicopter on board. We'll be flying at an altitude of about 36,000 feet, and our estimated time of arrival is 0900 local time. Have a pleasant flight.
You arrived at Heathrow. It's up to you now, John.
You can't go that way.
Will Mr. John Daring please report to the information desk? Thank you.
You can't go that way.
Daring here.
Hi, did you have a good flight?
Yeah, thanks.
I've made a reservation for you at the London Hilton. Go and make yourself comfortable, and then come round to my house for dinner. I'll explain everything then. Dress smart. I've left an envelope for you at the desk. My address is in there and some cash for taxis and so on. And John,
Yes?
when I say smart, I mean it. Get a suit. It'll make a change from those awful jeans you turned up in last time, and the time before. See you later.
If she were half so pretty as you, I wouldn't mind so much. I'm supposed to pick up a letter?
Here you are, Mr. Daring.
An envelope containing a note and £100. A note from your contact.
They say money talks, but I don't think they mean it literally. Try reading it, John.
£100 sterling. A mug of coffee.
Your voice echoes, and if you hold the mug up to your ear, you can hear the sea.
There's a photo booth.
John Daring, what a guy.
Don't be so vain. You have nothing to use that with.
A ticket to travel on the Underground in London.
You now own a brand new tube ticket. Tube tickets don't make the best conversationalists.
We don't know what time Brenna was away from we don't know what time she went to sleep. She's just stayed up. We've got Brenna's face.
I got a reservation. Daring. John Daring.
Ah, yes, Mr. Daring, room number 23.
Are there any messages?
Let me see. No messages for you, sir.
This is a map of the streets of London.
Try using the map, not talking to it.
This is your key to your room at the Hilton.
The keys are very discreet and refuse to tell you anything about the previous occupants of room 23. As you leave the hotel, you return your room keys to the reception desk. Talking to inanimate objects, John?
Hello, I'm Kate. Agent X had to fly to Paris, so I've been sent as a replacement. Please, sit down. There is a dangerous criminal, a Mr. Rooter, at work in London. British agents have tried to apprehend him, but have so far failed in their attempts. He plans to take over the capital with disbursements by air of a mind-altering chemical, which he is currently formulating in a hidden laboratory. Your mission, John, is to find the laboratory and obtain the chemical formula for analysis. I can't tell you anything else, other than that your next contact is with Agent Y at Madame Tussauds. He'll be disguised as a wax model, and he likes to chop and change, so he shouldn't be too hard to find. Here is a credit card and decoder to help you in your mission. I think that's all. Would you like a drink?
A wax dummy of a Grenadier Guard.
I don't think the dummy would agree to that.
I understand that you got a message for me.
Look, Mummy, that strange man's talking to the dummy.
Excuse me, are you Agent Y?
There he is. Get him.
Silly move, John. That attracted the enemy's attention.
The fools! They dared to mock me with their pathetic schemes, but now my triumph is complete. London, trivial. The world, a mere detail. Humanity will rue the day they dared defy Stanislav Rooter!
can't go that way. You can't go that way. You can't go that way.
It's a wax dummy of Henry VIII.
What delightful embroidery on this costume. How a man could possibly want 6 wives is beyond me.
I like to chop and change. Here, take this.
A note written in a secret code.
Halt! Who goes there?
I've been sent about the job in the lab.
What is your name?
My name is Simon Blake, chemist.
Well, Mr. Blake, you're not on my list.
There must be some mistake.
No mistake. You will have to leave.
The doorbell rings, but nobody answers.
Halt! Who goes there?
I'm looking for Los Locos.
This is Los Locos.
Come about the job as replacement guard.
What? No one told me about that.
Oh dear, have I put my foot in it?
Stay here while I find out about it.
Oi, don't just stand there idle. Go and pick up a delivery for me from 123 Pond Street.
A note from your contact. A packet of cigarettes with a note inside. A note from your contact. A note from your contact. Looks like a highly sophisticated decoder, John. This is your credit card. You can use it in most banks.
This is not the voice-operated model. Your plastic is not endowed with the gift of speech. The cigarettes smile sweetly, but say nothing. Now is not the time for a cigarette. You can't go that way. You can't go that way.
Songbird?
Come on in.
A bag with assorted chemicals.
Don't be silly, John. It's only a rucksack.
I got the job. I just picked up the package for him.
Oh, is that for me? Thanks.
That's Dr. Murphy's ID badge for Los Locos Laboratories.
Isn't that a bit of a strange thing to do?
If you need to find me, I'm at the garden.
You can't go that way. You can't go that way.
Psst. Let me see the identity card you got. Not bad. I assume you intend to use this to get into the lab? Well, don't dispose of the real Dr. Murphy too permanently, now will you?
Don't want him turning up at the lab and spoiling things.
Well, then make sure he doesn't. You'll have to find a way to keep him prisoner during all this. He is a traitor after all. Oh, and I nearly forgot. Fits most locks. Got a dash, bye!
That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, John.
Your ID badge for Los Locos Laboratories.
A skeleton key.
Why are you talking to your keys? You can't go that way. You can't go that way. Have you gone soft in the head?
A coil of rope.
You can't go that way. 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 The doorbell rings, but nobody answers. You can't go that way. You're mad. You have nothing to use that with.
Looks like Dr. Murphy's cane, John. Dr. Murphy's answer phone.
He's unconscious, John.
These are the keys to Dr. Murphy's house.
Stop that, it's silly.
Visions of a New World. Hello, Dr. Murphy. This is Mary from the lab. I noticed that you collected your pass. I'm afraid that you'll also have to collect your lab coat. It was lent to an artist friend of mine who says he'll leave it somewhere where you can find it easily. Looking forward to meeting so eminent a scientist. Bye.
A lab coat.
You must be desperate for conversation. Funnily enough, it's just your size.
How did it go with our friend Murphy?
We needn't worry about him for a while.
So what next?
I'll go to the lab and try to get the formula. As far as I can gather, they haven't met Dr. Murphy yet, so I should be able to bluff my way through, as long as they don't ask me any tricky questions.
We'll need to know procedures as well as the formula for the drug. That's a lot of information to take in and remember. You may have to steal the file. If you're lucky, it will all be on computer. But for goodness sake, don't mess up on this one. Be prepared before you go. If they catch you, they'll have your guts for garters.
Don't worry, I'll think of something.
Yes, over a pint in the Lord Nelson's tavern, most likely.
You can't go that way.
A floppy disk.
You can't go that way.
Holt, who goes there?
Enter.
You must be Dr. Murphy. Come and have a look around. I'm Mary, and I'll take you through the procedure. As you know, we've been using extracts from orchids, thanks to your marvellous paper on the subject. The pure drug is extracted in here, and the liquid runs along this blue casing here, and can be collected at this point by opening the valve. This is then heated in this chamber under super high pressure, and then cooled and filtered here by spraying through this very fine silicone. We test the drug's properties and measure its pH using these gauges, and finally, the finished product is collected in these tanks for taking to the planes. Now let me show you the formula we've worked out for the drug. This substance does give rise to a couple of minor side effects as well as the response that we require, but we have very little time to improve it, so we'll probably be using this version. So there you are. Quite neat, isn't it? Okay, I think that's all. This is your desk. If you need me, I'll be in my office up here. Right, I'll let you get to work.
This is not the sort of attention you need to attract right now.
There's some kind of pink bubbly stuff in here.
You manage to unlock the drawer, but the key breaks. The technicians return to the lab.
A table with a drawer.
The fools! They dared to mock me with their pathetic schemes, but now my triumph is complete. London, trivial. The world, a mere detail. Humanity will rue the day they dared defy Stanislav Ruta!
You manage to unlock the drawer, but the key breaks.
A table with a drawer.
The drawer opens to reveal 3 discs. The technicians return to the lab.
Looks like you found a penknife. Could be
A first aid box.
Don't be silly, John, it's a penknife. Stop that, it's silly.
a floppy disk labelled A2.
You can use this one, mate.
There are files on this disk that the computer can read, but you need an expert to hack them. It's not listening to you, John.
Crossword puzzle. I bet you can't solve it.
You have successfully completed the crossword. You can't go that way.
Who's there?
Did you get the beers in?
Come on. Hi there, I've been expecting you. Did you get the disc?
Got it right here.
Great. Well, let's have a look at it then. It was a tough one, but I've cracked it. I replaced the drug formula with the one that British intelligence gave me. It's non-potent. You better get back to that laboratory and replace this disc before they miss it. Then go to the Natural History Museum to meet Agent Z. He'll be on the second floor. Codenamed Cigarette. He'll give you further instructions. Best of luck.
Congratulations! You have found one of a number of secret rings. Why not note the location? You hear a ring. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. You try the ring on, but it doesn't fit. You can't go that way.
Holt, who goes there? Visions of a New World.
Go in.
A table with a drawer.
You have nothing to use that with. You have nothing to use that with. The technicians return to the lab. You can't go that way. You can't go that way. You can't go that way.
There is to be no smoking in the Natural History Museum.
These English brands don't suit me anyway. We've managed to find out when and where the plane's due to take off. They must at all costs be prevented. You swap the formula? Yes. Good. Then I suggest that you get down to Heathrow and try to get in contact with Reuter's men. And what about Reuter? He's too slippery for us. We still don't even know his whereabouts. She needs to be stopped. And soon. We'll get on to it. We don't know what time Brenna was awake. We don't know what time she went to sleep. And we've got Brenna's face.
Ship the cargo out tonight and then the plan will really start rolling.
Did Mr. Reuter say that he'd be coming out to see the planes take off?
No, you know what he's like about security. Hardly ever leaves his house except to go to one of them fancy plays he's so keen on.
I heard that he's never actually set foot outside the laboratory, and half the scientists who work there don't even know what he looks like.
Surprise me.
Fancy another cup of tea then, before we start loading?
Yeah, why not?
There's a guard.
Careful, he's bigger than you are. That's called kidnapping, John. What do you mean?
You idiot! Do you want to blow our plan altogether?
I beg your pardon?
British intelligence are watching the airport. They may be listening.
British intelligence are no longer a threat. We've disposed of their top agents.
I know of one agent still on your tail.
And who would that be?
Me.
Somehow I get the impression that you shouldn't have told me that.
The fools! They dared to mock me with their pathetic schemes, but now my triumph is complete. London, trivial. The world, a mere detail. Humanity will rue the day they dared defy Stanislav Reuter!
Visions of a new world.
And a new future. Who are you?
Dr. Murphy, senior chemist.
Aren't you supposed to be in the lab?
I've been sent out here to give you a message.
What is the message?
The planes must not fly tonight.
Why not?
Because the drug has been contaminated and won't work.
What? You better ring Mr. Reuter and check this out.
I've scored every game, except for the first 7 games, every single game, I'm a hero. For the next 6, I've scored 0. It's just because it's bad run, if you don't get a ball.
Mr. Reuter, please. Gus at Heathrow. Mr. Reuter, I have a Dr. Murphy here who tells me that we've been sent a contaminated batch. Yes, okay.
I'm not happy about this, Murphy.
I know, sir, and I'm extremely sorry about it.
What happened?
It was an accident with a Bunsen burner and some bleach.
And that makes the drug useless then, does it?
I'm afraid so.
How long before you can make up another batch?
We can get it done soon.
Make sure you do. Incidentally, we've not yet met, have we, Murphy? Meet me tonight at the National Theatre. Pick up your ticket for Who Wants to Rule the World and meet me outside after the show.
Yeah, mate. Back then. How old was I? 14, 15.
You can't go that way. You can't go that way. You can't go that way.
Hi, I've come to pick up a ticket for tonight's play.
What name?
Murphy. Dr. John Murphy.
You are, sir. These have been paid for.
Thanks.
Ah, Dr. Murphy, I presume. I trust that you enjoyed the piece. Shall we go to my house for our little chat? Too many people around here, and one never can be too cautious, especially now. Naturally, you should be blindfolded until we arrive, for security purposes, you understand. Come in. Sit down.
Okay.
Tea? Milk?
Yes, please.
Sugar?
No, thanks.
Right then, to business. You say that the batch sent to the airport was contaminated. Why was that?
There was an infiltrator at the lab.
Who was it?
It was Mary.
What? Mary, my own niece? Ha! Mary, my dear, come in here for a moment, would you? Now then, I'd like you to be completely truthful about this. Did you try and sabotage my mission?
No, I did not. But I recognise this man.
The one who you saw stealing the disc?
Yeah.
Come along, my dear. Do the honours, would you please? Last, the fools. They dared to mock me with their pathetic schemes, but now my triumph is complete. London, trivial. The world, a mere detail. Humanity will rue the day they dared defy Stanislav Ruta!
There was a mix-up between specimens.
How did that happen? I thought I'd employed professionals.
We think it was sabotage.
Who do you think it was?
One of the young technicians.
I trust that he has been dealt with.
He won't cause you any more problems.
I should think so. And the drug?
The mistake has been rectified.
How soon will you be ready?
We can have a new batch ready by tomorrow.
Very well, tomorrow it shall be. Then the world will sit up and take notice. Thank you for your time, Dr. Murphy. Clarence will take you home. Meet me later, at, shall we say, Leicester Square. I have another matter I wish to discuss with you then.
Good afternoon, Mr. Daring.
Are there any messages?
Yes, this arrived for you.
Thanks.
A note from your contact.
As you leave the hotel, you return your room keys to the reception desk.
Thanks for coming. How are you getting along?
I think it's all coming together. I managed to substitute the disc and delay the planes. I've met Mr. Reuter, but they blindfolded me in the car, so I'm not sure where he lives. It's about 10 minutes drive from the National Theatre. Anyway, I'm supposed to be meeting him at Leicester Square later, so I'll try to work out some kind of plan to bring him down by then.
But that's great. We've got enough evidence to send him down for years now, and it's only a question of tracking him down. If I arrange for undercover agents to be at Leicester Square, we should be able to get him.
He's very paranoid about security. He'll probably have a bunch of heavies with him, and they'll all be armed.
Listen, I'm going to give you this microtransmitter. This is really new, and it's undetectable in any ordinary security search. You swallow it, now we can track you. Whatever happens, just stick close to Reuter, so that wherever you are, Reuter will be. We will follow you, and at the right moment we'll come in and get him, dead or alive. Oh, John.
Yeah?
About the microtransmitter. It's very expensive, so we'll be needing it back afterwards.
Yeah, but... I might have known.
Hi.
Oh, I was expecting Mr. Ruger.
Yes, I know. He received a phone call shortly after you left the house, saying there may be a security problem. He thought it wise to change the venue. He wants to meet you instead at Parliament Square.
Oh, alright. When? Now?
Yeah. Well, soon. And
What?
I'm sorry to have to do this to you, but he did ask me to search you for weapons and radio equipment.
That's okay, I have nothing to hide.
Not here. It's too public. Follow me. You seem to be in the clear.
You can't go that way.
Hi.
Oh, I was expecting Mr. Ruger.
There's been another change of venue. Mr. Rooter will meet you now in St. James's Park.
Oh yeah? Now?
Yes.
Ah, Dr. Murphy. Sorry about sending you on such a wild goose chase, but you know I have to be so very careful. Ah, tomorrow will be such a different story. Tomorrow I shall rule the world. Fools, imbeciles, I was going to rule the world.